guys, so I thought I would bring you in here to get a little update on the baby garden so far. And one of the things I often get asked is how I go about watering my baby seedlings because they're so fragile. And this is what I use. It's just an ordinary water bottle that you get water in, and this little cap is actually something that somebody sent to me. I don't remember what the brand name is. I don't remember who it was that sent it to me, but it came in the mail one day. And essentially it's this little universal cap that has very fine holes in there. And it is made to fit on standard water bottles. And it has a little thing here so you can hook it to your keychain or your backpack if you wanted to, but it's deeper on one side than the other. That way it will fit pretty much any water bottle. And so what it does is it creates a very fine spray. Now of course you could probably DIY one of these yourself with a really small drill bit and just punch a few holes into a cap, or maybe heat a sewing needle super hot and melt your way through, because these holes are very fine. But that would be a way you could probably make one of your own to do this. Now I've been using the same bottle all season. I just keep refilling it, and this little cap has been very handy. And when I'm done with seedling season, the itty bitty baby season, I will actually store this in the Ziploc bag that I have all of my cables for all of my lights inside. That way I always have it when I need it for my baby plants. So let me just give you a little update on the seedlings and how they're doing. So all of my chard and kale and all of that stuff that Ava did not eat will be moving its way out to the garden very soon. This week I'm going to start hardening off the plants. And if you're not familiar with hardening off, that is essentially where you transition indoor plants to being outdoors, whether it's from a bedroom setup like this or a greenhouse. And I have an article that explains the entire process on my blog, which I will link down below so that you can find that. Alrighty, so here you can see my peppers. This is my tray of peppers, and so far most of them are showing signs of growth. Let's see. You probably can't see them, but there are actually some of the bell peppers right there on the end. I can see the tiny, tiny little specks of plant that are emerging. I see a couple of the sweet lessias, some pepperoncinis. The jalapenos are doing great. The cubanelles are coming up as well, along with the alma paprikas. Most of those have come up. Let's see, I think I see 7 of those. There's a couple of the jigsaws, which is funny because I can already see purple on the leaves, even though they're itty bitty babies. Those are going to be so neat. I'm so excited about those. And 5 colors, and then I see a couple, just 1 or 2 of the loose shower paprika peppers. The only ones I don't see any at all of yet are the Myra or Mira peppers. So none of those yet. And then down here, the tomatoes. Now they are leaning a little bit, but I went ahead and swapped out the lighting that I was using. I have some LED lights, which are fine. I just much prefer these, what are they, T5 lights. I just think they work better, and so now they have plenty of light and they'll straighten out here in no time. But pretty much every little soil block has got at least 1 tomato coming up. Let's see, the Paul Robesons, I've only got 3 of those coming up. But you know, some of the seeds could have gotten down deeper. They might take a little bit longer. But that is why I plant extra seeds every time, especially with something like tomatoes. That way I've got extras. So far everything is coming up. At least there's some of every variety coming up, which is great. And one of the things that I did this year is I sprinkled my seedling soil with the Ceylon cinnamon. Now, Ceylon cinnamon is not the same cinnamon that you usually have in your kitchen for baking. That is your Saigon cinnamon. Ceylon cinnamon is the spicy cinnamon, think big red gum. And that particular cinnamon is antifungal and helps prevent the fungus that can grow on your moist seedling soil, which in turn prevents fungus gnats. And fungus gnats will just kill your seedlings. I have dealt with that in the past, and even though I have used soil that is supposedly sterile or whatever, so far using the Ceylon cinnamon on there seems to be helping. The other thing that I'm doing to prevent the fungus gnats, and I have it off at the moment just because I'm in here talking, is a fan. I have a little fan up here that just blows down on the low setting just enough to make movement all in here. And it has the movement which does two things. First, it keeps the top of the soil a little bit more dry to prevent fungus from growing and in turn prevent fungus gnats and the death of your seedlings. But also having just a little bit of movement in here will help your seedlings have stronger stalks and be a more hardy plant.